Hello students, we are discussing about residential status. Under that we are studying about residential status of an individual. In the last session we solved some problems relating to computation of residential status of an individual. In this session let us solve some other problems relating to that. See the first one. Mohan Das, an engineer working in BEL Bangalore, was deputed to Japan on 10th August 2017 for 6 months training. After his return, he was in India up to 15th June 2019 and then left India for employment in a German company. Find out his residential status for the previous year 2017-18, 18-19 and 19-20. Here we have to calculate the residential status of Mr. Mohan Das for 3 previous years. Let us solve this problem. First we have to compute his residential status for the previous year 2017-18. Here assessment year will be 2018-19. See the problem. In the previous year 2017-18, in this year he was deputed to Japan on 10th August 2017 for 6 months training. After 6 months, he came back to India and stayed in India for another 1 year. This previous year 2017-18, he was in India from 1st April 2017 to 10th August 2017, that is the period before going to Japan. For this period he was in India, and after returning to India after 6 months, that is from 10th August 2017 to 10th February 2018, he was in India in that year, that is after 10th February after 6 months, that is 19 days in February and full in March. So, he was in India totally for 182 days, that is 30 days in April 2017, 31 days in May, 30 days in June, 31 days in July, 10 days in August, that is before going to Japan, and 19 days in February, that is after coming back to India from Japan, and 31 days in March 2018. He was in India for the period of 182 days. Here Mr. Mohan Das stayed in India for a period of 182 days in the previous year. That means he fulfilled one of the basic conditions, that is stay in India for 182 days under section 6 subsection 1, and he becomes resident of India. To become ordinary resident of India, he must fulfill both additional conditions. Here Mr. Mohan Das left India on 10th August 2017. Before that he was in India in his lifetime, that is working in BEL. That means he firstly went to abroad on 10th August itself. That means he was in India for entire 10 years, that is 10 previous years, and he satisfies the first additional condition, and he was in India for more than 730 days out of 7 previous years, and he becomes an ordinary resident of India, because here Mr. Mohan Das left India on 10th August 2017 itself. That means we have to assume before that he was in India throughout his lifetime. So this is the first case, that is previous year 2017-18. Next we have to calculate his residential status for the previous year 2018-19 and assessment year 2019-20. After coming back to India from Japan after his 6 months training, he was in India till 15th June 2019, that is in the year 2018-19, that is our previous year here, that is from 1st April 2018 to 31st March 2019 he was in India, because he left India on 15th of June, that is not in the previous year in this case. He was in India, that is for whole 365 days, 1st April 2018 to 31st March 2019. For the whole year he was in India. That means he satisfies one of the basic conditions, that is 182 days stay in India under section 6 subsection 1. And also he satisfies both additional conditions, as he left India on 10th August 2017. Before that for whole 10 years he was in India only. That is why he becomes an ordinary resident during the previous year. That is the second situation, that is previous year 2018-19. Next we have to calculate his residential status for the year 2019-20. See the problem here. After his return, he was in India. See from there, after his return, he was in India up to 15th June 2019 and then left India for employment in a German company. Here, no information is given about his return to India. That means he left India for employment purpose, either permanently or for a long period of time. Here, exception to the general rule applies, that is if a person is leaving India for employment purpose, the previous year must be considered as his assessment year, because he is leaving India. He must pay tax for the period in which he was in India. That is why here the previous year itself will become the assessment year for Mr. Mohan Das for the year 2019-20, because he is leaving India for the purpose of employment. His stay in India only for 76 days, that is from 1st April 2019 to 15th March 2019. On that day, 15th March, he left India for the purpose of employment. Only 76 days he was in India. That is why here you are not supposed to consider the second basic condition. You have to consider the first basic condition, as I told you while explaining the theory part. If he is leaving India for the purpose of employment or as a cabin crew member, or if he is a resident who is residing outside India and coming India in that year, he is supposed to pay tax in the same year. And here you have to consider first basic condition and not the second basic condition. As per that condition, he is not in India for 182 days. That is why his residential status is non-resident. See here, since the SSC is leaving the country for the purpose of employment, the assessment year and the previous year are one and the same. He was in India for a period of 72 days. He does not satisfy the basic condition, as he is leaving India for employment purpose under section 6 subsection 1. Since Mohan Das is an Indian citizen and leaves India for employment abroad, he should be in India for 182 days instead of 60 days in the previous year. So he becomes a non-resident for the assessment year 2019-20. Solve this problem once again by yourself. This type of problems are very easy to solve and you can score marks easily in the exam. Just you have to remember the financial year. In tax subject, financial year starts from 1st April of this year and ends on 31st March of the next year. That you have to remember. Other thing you can calculate very easily because dates are mentioned in the problem clearly. So this is the problem relating to computation of residential status of Mr. Mohandas. Let us solve another problem relating to Mr. Simon. Simon, an American, came to India on 20th December 2015. He was in India till 31st January 2017 when he went to Canada. He came to India taking up an employment in a British concern on 20th May 2017. He was sent to Japan for 6 months training on 1st November 2017. He was transferred to Singapore branch on 20th August 2018. Find out his residential status for the assessment year 2018-19 and assessment year 2019-20. In this type of problem, first you have to write down these dates separately, that you have to make notes first. If you do that, you can solve the problem very easily, because if you are not doing that working note, you have to read the problem again and again. That consumes more time. Because of that, it is better to write down these days, that is arrival to India and departure from India. Let us solve this problem. You have to find out the residential status of Mr. Simon for the assessment year. In this problem, assessment year is given, not previous year. For the assessment year 2018-19, previous year will be 2017-18, and for the assessment year 2019-20, previous year will be 2018-19. Here, while calculating for the previous year 2017-18, you are not supposed to consider this last one, that is, he was transferred to Singapore branch on 20th August 2018, because that date is relating to the previous year 2018-19 and you are taking this one for the calculation of residential status for the assessment year 2019-20. So ignore that date for the first calculation. Now see the working note. Previous year 2017-18, stay in India in previous year is from, he came to India with an employment in a British concern on 20th May 2017. Our previous year is 1st April 2017 to 31st March 2018. So this comes under our previous year. He came to India on 20th May and he was in India till 1st November 2017. So here he stay in India in previous year from 20th May 2017 to 1st November 2017, that is for the period of 166 days. That is 12 days in May, 30 days in June, 31 days in July, 31 days in August, 30 days in September, 31 days in October and 1 day in November. 166 days and he fulfilled first basic condition, that is one of the basic conditions, that is 60 days stay in India. And another part of that condition is 365 days in a previous 4 years preceding the previous year. We have to calculate that condition here. You have to write down 10 previous year preceding the previous year to calculate the second part of the basic condition and to calculate the additional conditions. Here 10 years preceding the previous year starts from 2016-17 and ends on 2007-8. You have to write down these years first, 2016-17, 15-16, 14-15, like that 10 years till 2007 and 8. You have to calculate number of stays in India for the year 2016-17 here. He was in India in the year 2016-17, that is from 1st April 2016, because he came to India on 20th December 2015 and left India on 31st January 2017. That means on 1st April 2016 he was in India. 1st April 2016 to his leaving date India is 31st January. Till that date he was in India in this year, that is 306 days. That means he was in India and he becomes a resident of India in that year because he fulfilled basic condition, that is 182 days stay in India. Next year 2015-16. In that year he came to India for the first time on 20th December 2015. That you have to write. From that date till 31st March 2016 of that year he was in India, that is for 103 days. He was resident in India for that year also. Here for the previous year the basic condition is fulfilled, that is 60 days in India and 365 days out of 4 preceding previous years. Here he was in India for that period. Because of that he became the resident of India for the year 2017-18. And before that year, before the year 2015-16, he was non-resident for 8 years because he came to India on 20th December 2015 for the first time, because he is an American, came to India for the purpose of employment. He was non-resident, and you have to write like this: name of the SSC Simon, previous year 2017-18, assessment year 2018-19, residential status not ordinary resident, because he fulfilled one of the basic conditions and failed to fulfill both additional conditions. That is, he is in India only for 1 year out of 10 years preceding the previous year, that is not a full 1 year, but he was in India for 365 days in previous year preceding the previous year, and his stay in India was for less than 730 days during 7 years preceding the previous year. Therefore, he becomes not ordinarily resident for the assessment year 2018-19. Next, we have to calculate his residential status for the previous year 2018-19. His stay in India in the year 2018-19 is from 1st May 2018 to 20th August 2018. Here, see the problem. From first, after 6 months training, that is from 1st November 2017 to 1st May 2017. He came to India on 1st May 2017. That we have to assume, because after 6 months training he will be coming back to India. That is from 1st November, that is 1st November to 1st December, January, February, March, April and 1st May he is coming back. From that day to 20th August 2018 he will be in India before his transfer to Singapore. For that period he was in India, that is for 112 days stay in India. Second basic condition he is fulfilling. In 2017-18 his stay in India 166 days, that you already calculated in a previous case, and 306 days in 2016-17 you also calculated in the previous case, and 103 days in 2015-16. Before that he was non-resident of India. So he will be not ordinarily resident for this year also, because here he fulfilled one of the basic conditions, that is 60 days and 365 days out of 4 preceding previous years, and he failed to fulfill both additional conditions. So he will become not ordinarily resident. So this is the problems regarding calculation of residential status of an individual, and this type of problems may come for 4 marks in your exam. Solve these kind of problems more. Let us meet in the next session with incidence of tax liability concept. Thank you. Let us meet in the next session.